Thanks, Emma. How are you? Welcome in. Go. And there we go. Look at that. Clicky, clicky, clicky. Our bearded horde as well. Welcome in, buddy. Welcome in. Hello, lovely people. Welcome in. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good day. G'day, really. My name's Azza, or Azza Inspirator. I have a deep passion for connecting with people and discovering what inspires them. Through my interviews, I aim to delve into the stories and experiences of individuals who've overcome challenges, achieved great things, or have a unique perspective to share. I firmly believe that everyone has a story worth telling and that these stories can ignite inspiration. Inspiration and learn about their stories and about the change in others. So please join me on this journey as we explore the power of inspiration and learn from the incredible individuals who've made a difference in their lives and the lives of others, whether they know it or not. And let's uncover their secrets to motivation, resilience, and personal growth together. My lovely interviewee for tonight is Heartblood Music. She describes herself as a Filipino-American singer-songwriter based in Berlin, finally pursuing her dreams after surviving a severe illness. They improvise and perform music from their bleeding heart, cinematic piano, and sad, folksy anthems with a dark electronic edge. And they say thanks for sharing the journey. You can find them on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, and Bandcamp. There we go, Heartblood. That's all of you. How are you going?
I'm great. Thanks for the great introduction. It's so nice to be here with you. And this is my first time using guest stars, so I'm excited to see how this goes.
I think it's wonderful. I'm so glad you're here as well. I'm just promoting your socials as well. So, boom.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. But lovely people. But tell us a bit about yourself, mate. Like, how long have you been on Twitch, and how did you first sort of come into this all, I guess?
It's been about a year now. I mean, it feels somehow forever just because it's really transformed my life in so many ways to be on Twitch. But yeah, it's been about a year. I've been making music my whole life, really. I started playing piano when I was 4 years old. I've always really been drawn to music and creating my own music. But I've always been a very private, introverted person. And for most of my life, I really didn't share my music with people. It was more like a private practice for me until this illness that I had about 6 years ago that really changed my perspective and made me realize that life's short and I really want to share. I want to share what I'm making, and I don't want to worry so much about what people think. I just want to be myself, which includes, making the music that I make. And Twitch has been really essential to this journey I've been on in the past couple of years. Being able to get on every week and play music for people, and the fact that I don't have to see it as like a formal kind of performance where it's like you get on a stage and you're very separate from the people watching you.
Yeah.
It's more like hanging out like in my living room and just like, we're all kind of creative people who love music, and yeah, I'd get to just experiment to my heart's content, and that's been really liberating.
It's so cool. And it's so good to be a part of it. And it's so good to be a part of your streams and while I lurk and work and things like that. But you mentioned, and we'll go into this further, but you mentioned something happened 6 years ago, yet you've only been on Twitch 1 year. So why only 1 year on Twitch? I mean, is there an anniversary coming up? Is there a date of your Twitchiversary at some stage?
It's actually sad that I don't know my Twitchiversary. I can actually check it on my profile right now. It's like sad, something so important to me, but I don't remember the actual date.
I've got no idea what my date is. There you
go. It passed already. Oh my god.
It's passed already. Happy 1 year anniversary. Belated.
It was July 11th, apparently. Yeah. So,
And
Yeah,
is
it is.
that your affiliate one, or is that your like when you first started?
No, that's the very first stream, and my affiliate was September 29th, so it's almost a year.
Okay, nice,
Yeah.
nice. How cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, 1 year. And what led you to Twitch?
Well, I mean, after the pandemic, I think people were really thinking a lot more about how do we do art in a distanced way. By that time, I mean, it was things were opening up already, but yeah, after this illness that I had, I mean, I was quite ill for a few years. I don't want to necessarily go into all the details, but I was
Okay,
quite
yeah.
disabled. I was using a wheelchair for quite a while,
Wow.
and yeah, I was not able to work or continue my studies. Yeah, and you know, at that point, of course, like having an illness like that really affects, you know,
Perspective.
your view of yourself, like your
Yeah.
abilities, like what you can do. And I think I didn't really like dream that I could do something like starting a Twitch stream until that point
Yep.
in my recovery, where I was already quite far along to where I was physically in a lot better health, mentally working through a lot of those difficult emotions that came with all that, and had been making a lot more music. Like privately, I had been, you know, writing a lot more music, and I just thought, what would be like a way for me to start sharing this with the world
Mhm.
um, without like, you know, it just seemed to me like the step of going out and trying to find gigs or something. That was like, it was just so overwhelming,
Yeah. Yep.
first of all.
Yeah.
And second of all, like I knew I wanted to improvise for people, and I didn't really know where that would fit in terms of like, I want to go out to like a cafe where people are like trying to have a nice conversation. I'm like banging on the like I don't know
Walking up to them
where
going, shh,
exactly.
can you guys not talk? I'm trying to play here. Like, you know, like,
Exactly.
yeah.
So I wasn't really sure how to go about that. But when I heard about the fact that, hey, there are artists on Twitch, there
Yeah.
are musicians, there's people doing visual art, I was just amazed. And yeah, I started watching people on Twitch. I remember one of the first streamers that I was watching was Emma O'Reilly. Her handle is Emma or Music,
Yep.
and I was just really blown away at the community that she had built there and the intimacy of it. And the fact that, you know, she seemed so free and just playing this music and, you know, taking requests and all this stuff it just was a light bulb. Like, I want to do that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you're there. You're there. You're now here. And it's been over a year.
Mhm.
So good. And you
Yeah.
mentioned you started off with Twitch about improvising and playing that way. However, Missy, you did something on the weekend just recently, didn't you? That sort of was quite big in regards to quite supportive, and it wasn't just in front of like Twitch. Did you want to talk about that a bit more, perhaps?
Sure. Yeah. I had a gig in Berlin on Saturday,
You
and
did
it
have a
was
gig.
really like a fantastic experience. And I don't think, honestly, I would have had the opportunity if it weren't for Twitch, because Twitch allowed me to really build my confidence as a musician, as well as building a presence online that the organizers of this project were able to see. And yeah, they looked at the, you know, my music I had released, the music that's on my online presence, and we're like, yeah, we'd love to have you here to improvise.
Awesome.
Um, yeah, so and it was an improvisational thing, which is so cool because that's one of my biggest passions.
Definitely. And were you supporting someone there as well, I think? And
Yeah, we were all paired up with another musician, who we hadn't met before. So that was a really unique thing where,
yeah.
like, a little scary, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we did get the opportunity to meet beforehand. Like we found out 3 weeks before the gig who we would be
Okay.
performing with.
Yep.
So it wasn't that I hadn't seen him before on the day of the performance, but um, like somebody who you've never met before, and you have to somehow like plan like who's playing what's.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was a little crazy.
Did you catch up beforehand? Are you able to catch up beforehand before that main gig, or was it just more of a verbal conversation aspect?
We were able to meet before, which was good because there's technical
Mm-hmm.
considerations. Yeah, but it was quite a challenge for me because I am very much an instrumentalist, a vocalist. Like uh, my background is piano music and very much a singer-songwriter um, way of doing things.
Yeah.
That's how my brain works.
Yeah.
I love electronic music, but for me, that's like a tool that I can bring into to my songs, which tend to have a very traditional structure. I love writing lyrics that really speak to me, and yeah. So I was paired with somebody who does things very differently, who programs synthesizers and drum, like percussion, very, very interesting, unique percussion, super Berlin thing.
Yeah.
um, and yeah, like thinks of music probably in like a much less linear kind of way, and m- like works a lot more with like randomness and all these things. So yeah, trying to like kind of synthesize into one kind of performance
That works. Yeah.
was it was a great experience.
And is it the start of? Was it your first concert you played at? Have you played at others before? And
I've played at just small, very small things. I guess I would call my first like real. What is real, But but yeah, it was the first major thing that I've done.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Is that the first of many?
I hope so.
Okay.
I hope so.
That's good.
Now that I've done
Hope
this,
so.
I feel like there's going to be a lot more in the
Yeah,
future.
good. That's good. And you mentioned to me when we first sort of caught up and had a bit of a chat that music is kind of in your blood and also in your family. Particularly, I think it was your father and things like that that also play. Did you want to talk a bit about how long you've been playing music for? Particularly, what age you started reaching up and sort of banging on the keys and things like that?
Sure. Yeah. So, my father played the piano. He learned it from his mother, my grandmother. Um, she played in the church, and they very much very church-going people. They did choir and everything. So yeah, I grew up around that. My path as far as the church goes went a bit different way.
Yeah.
But the music I think came from that, and listening to my dad play this old creaky upright piano that we had, and I remember just sitting under it, because I was small. I would fit under the piano, and you can just hear
Yeah.
all this vibration. And yeah, my parents tell me that like when as soon as I was even able to stand, I was trying to get at the keys.
Yeah. Let me at 'em.
Um, yeah, and then they decided when I was 4 to send me to lessons. So I took lessons from age 4 to 14.
Wow.
By the time I was 14, I was very rebellious, very angsty, and I refused to go to these structured lessons anymore.
Dare you tell me what to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at that point I did stop formal lessons, but I continued, playing the piano just for myself, and through high school um, I wrote a lot of music just, by myself in a dark room.
Because you said you kept it private initially, and you said that you didn't really release much of your music, if any at all, to people initially. Was that on purpose, just because you decided, you wanted to sort of keep it private and didn't want anyone else to critique it or listen to it, or was there anything else behind that, or?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I didn't really have the confidence or the self-image that supported like this, that the belief that I could do that.
Yeah.
I just thought like, who cares? Like I make music to like release my emotions, but nobody wants to. Who would want to hear it? Like, first of all, and second of all, I it didn't occur to me that I could sing until really in the past couple years.
Okay.
I never took voice lessons. I never sang other than like the shower or something.
Shower's great for
I
singing.
thought,
Big
yes,
that. Yeah, particularly with soap, because then it becomes a
absolutely.
soap opera. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, oh my God, the puns. The bad jokes are starting. Um, yeah, I just didn't see myself as somebody who could, in any universe, sing. So I thought, I'm writing these songs that have vocal parts. I need to meet that special singer someday in my life who's going to be able to like interpret these highly personal songs that are like they're really about me. So, but
Yeah.
it just never occurred to me. Yeah.
And then it changed, and you decided you're going to be singing as well, and you decided you start releasing them out to the public. Was that more, and we're not going to go into the illness, but was that more after the illness you were kind of like, you know what, I'm going to start to release this and get my music out there and play more?
Yeah, exactly. After
Yeah.
the illness, my priorities completely changed.
Yeah.
I really, yeah, I really had a much more visceral kind of sense of how short life is, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, I mean it's a rough way to get to that point, but I'd say that I don't regret it because things are really different for me now. I don't I'm I see a bit more clearly now. Like what do I want to use my time on? And for me, I realized, life is too short to let fear stop you from doing things that you not only want to do, but you really need to do to like basically become the authentic version of yourself,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with everything as well now, particularly finding the authentic version of yourself, is that why you do music now? Is that why you play music and sing? Like, what's the reason why you do music now in regards to it all? You now, is there a purpose behind it that you feel by doing it? Is there a sense of clarity, of peace, of yeah, of doing music now?
Yeah, I'd say music is the most is the way for me that I can most authentically express myself. And there's a lot of ways that we can express ourselves, like whether it's through different kinds of arts or writing, etc. For me, music is that thing that just it comes the closest to yeah, kind of just like a primal way of really expressing myself. And I've always, been very musical, and I think that um, if I don't share these things, it's basically like you're keeping things inside of you, kind of
Mm-hmm.
locked away.
You are. Yeah.
So there's that. Also, it's just a fantastic way to process and express my emotions.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
just to be able to let those out, the good ones, the bad ones, everything in between. And I also, because I've always loved music and I know what the music of other people has done for me, I do have that aspiration and the hope that, like people will listen to what I'm making and it will somehow bring some kind of light into their day. Um, and also that if I can be brave to just experiment and like put out these raw emotions out there, maybe other people might feel like a bit more that could be possible. Like it could be possible for them to just say, can I curse on this?
Yeah. I've got it 18 plus. I was going to double check again that I had, but as far as I'm aware, I have it as 18 plus, so you're fine. It's all good.
Fantastic. Like people can just feel like, fuck it. Like this is just, it doesn't matter if I make mistakes. Like I would love to share that with people. Yeah.
Make people feel comfortable and at home and things like that. But yeah, no, I totally get that.
Yeah.
I'm just double checking. Like I had everything for my stream to say 18 plus. Someone asked me that before, and I said that before. I had 18 plus. I'm just double checking again. Said it at some stage. But yeah, love that. I love it a lot. Yeah, yeah, Will. Yeah, fuck it. And Will was talking about pancakes before, so now I'm trying not to think about pancakes. Will cooked up pancakes before, and yeah,
oh, that sounds amazing.
Ah, so good, so good.
I haven't had pancakes in a long time.
We're not allowed to say that. Like, we're not allowed to say the word pancakes in our family. Because as soon as we do, my 3-year-old goes to the fridge and tries to open the fridge door, like, pancakes. And he expects pancakes to be there on the table. Yeah. Why aren't they said? You said pancakes. Where are the pancakes?
That's understandable.
Like life. Where is it? I want it now. Nice. Yep. We're going to play a game now. I haven't prepped you for the game, but I think you're going to like it. Someone did it today, and when they did it today, they closed their eyes, and it helped them so that they could concentrate more. If you want to close your eyes, you can. You don't need to. This game is called word association. So the idea behind word association, and I've been busy writing down names and notes and words as you've been talking, hence why I've been scribbling away. The chat can get involved with this as well. Yeah, cool. Thank you, Bearded Horde. I was just double checking his 18 plus. So yeah, we're going to say words, and the chat can then get involved and say a word as well, and I'll include it. I'd like you to then say the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay.
All right.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What comes to mind when I say the word piano?
Keys.
Did you say peace? Or peas?
No, I said keys.
Oh, keys. Keys is good. I like keys.
Keys, but peace is really good. I like that. I think I like that better.
Fine. Peace.
Piano piece.
What about music?
Oh God, lessons was the first thing that came to my mind, but that's like sad.
No, but there's nothing wrong with that.
I think that really shows. Sorry, can I just talk a little bit?
Sure. It's about word association. You do what you want, mate. This is all about you, so you do what you want. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, lessons coming to my mind first with music is, I think, super revealing that we have these associations in our cultural constructs in our head. Music lessons.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
we do. We do indeed. So music lessons. Good. What about the word lessons?
Stress.
Yeah, okay. All right. What about the word or the name Heartblood?
Heartblood music.
Okay. All right. What about the word improvise?
Ooh. Freedom.
Oh, Steve, I've got that one, which is good. I've got the word, and this is good. He's brought it up here. Primal.
Instinct.
Oh, I like that. What about the word concerts?
Ooh, performance anxiety.
Performance anxiety. Yeah, okay.
That's another sad association.
I've got 2 words. Creativity coaching.
Oh, me.
Okay, good. Me, yep. What about the word presence?
Christmas.
Or presence? Not presence, but like presence as in like people's presence of being around them. Yeah.
All right. Well, Christmas presents is that was what came to my mind.
Okay. Yeah. Christmas presents, right.
Presents.
Being present. I should say being present.
Yeah. In the moment.
Yeah, cool. What about confidence?
Building.
I like that. What about world?
Better.
Nice. And what about electronic music?
Ooh, Berlin.
What about the word Berlin?
Home.
Yeah.
That's my home.
What about the word lyrics?
Songwriting.
What about synth?
Filter.
Filter. What about the word future?
Future pop.
Pop. Yep.
Pop. Like, I don't know. It's a genre, I think.
It is. Yeah.
It came to my mind.
What about past?
What was it?
Past.
Oh, past. The past is over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Community?
Oh, community building.
Nice. Grandmother?
Hands. Hands came to my mind because there's a book called My Grandmother's Hands.
There's a song too. Bill Withers, Grandma's Hands. Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
Great song.
Oh.
Great song. What about the word father?
Ooh. Now we're getting into like psychoanalysis.
That's the whole idea of this game in a way, but it's only not too major, just like you do it on the surface.
Father figure.
Okay. All right, we'll go with that. What about church?
Oh no, what are you doing? Okay, church sermon.
Cool. What about rebel?
What was it? Oh, rebel.
Rebel.
Rebel yell.
Yeah. Self-image.
Positive.
Path forward.
Path forward. Journey.
Belief.
Faith.
Priorities.
Clarity.
Expression.
Ooh, self.
Emotions.
Inside.
Aspiration.
Longing.
And my last one is for you is inspiration.
Ooh. Station. That's your fault. It's now associated.
How if I say the word Azza then?
If you say Aza, inspirator. I've
Okay.
been saying Aza this whole time, and that's not right.
It's fine. It's all good. People call me all sorts of names. It's all good. Azza's good. Aza, you know, Aza is good. As long as it's not Aaron, I'm okay.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Have you seen that skit?
Yeah.
The Aaron skit.
Yeah, I get reminded of it every time I say that. But that's exactly right. What about technology?
Technology. Ooh, tool.
I'm going to finish on this one. What about the word life?
Ooh. Living. Life is for living.
It is. Perfect. Love that. All done. it's so cool to go through that. It is a bit of psychoanalyst, a little bit, because the idea is like when you've got that rested state, what's the first thing that comes to mind? That fight or flight response sort of stuff.
Yeah.
As long as they don't call you late for dinner. There you go.
That's cool. That's
Love it.
fun.
That was good. Very good. And the biggest things that came out of it was like, you know, when it comes to performances and lessons and that, about practicing, there's stress. But when it comes to about life in general, it's about life and peace and primal and going with your gut instinct. You know what I mean? Like there was a lot more kind of earthiness to like to everything. We did touch a little bit on like his family a little bit and like church and things like that. But we talked more about confidence and electronic music, and your face just lit up about electronic music and other bits and pieces when you were talking about being comfortable, you know what I mean, and working on things and that. So cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. My
That
little
was fun.
torture one's over.
Kind of like you know, like those Rorschach tests where you see like a ink blot. You're like, what is it? Butterfly.
Butterfly. It's an upside down turtle. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's a
Yeah.
baby. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So going on that, what inspires you to do what you do and to keep playing and in life? What inspires you?
Well, I mean, I see, well, through my life, I've really been supported by the music and the art created by other creators. Especially growing up, you know, it was a hard time. You know, it was hard growing up in my home. And music definitely was a thing that really kind of pulled me through. And that definitely planted a seed of inspiration there, even though it took me quite a long time before I started to share my own music. But thinking about what that did for me back then definitely is inspiring and motivating to me to create today, because yeah, there's a special connection that you can have with a human when you see a piece of art they made, you listen to a song they made, and you think that person understands me, you know.
Yeah.
Like that I feel understood, you know. That's powerful, and yeah, that really inspires me to share the music as opposed to hoarding it as I previously have done.
I didn't ask you about that word hoard, what that means, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, but that was it. But
Yeah.
it's so true. It really helps, and particularly you mentioned family a little bit in regards. It just took me back a little bit of the music that was played and how it influences me now, and how I didn't quite realize it then, but now that it's my happy place, I guess. It helps make me happy. It helps me express how I feel from an emotion point of view. So yeah, and it helps me get through things when times are tough, and also when times are good, to help celebrate the good and the bad. There's music for all. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like that. What is your favourite music? You mentioned electronic music. Do you have any particular bands, particular people, particular go-tos?
Oh, I mean, there's so many, but I think maybe my desert island band is probably Nine Inch Nails. It's interesting because, you know, that like I listened to so many different types of music over my life. You know, I was a metalhead for a while, like, you know, goth music, grunge. You know, now I really love to listen to a lot of very dreamy kind of singer-songwriter type of music. But growing up, I listened to Nine Inch Nails, and I still listen to Nine Inch Nails, and that hasn't changed. I feel inspired particularly by Nine Inch Nails and by Trent Reznor. Just his career has been so wide ranging. Now he's doing like soundtracks. He's like the latest Nine Inch Nails releases are very different from, you know, what he originally did, and I love that. Like, as an artist, I think like that that's what I want. I want to be able to like evolve over
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
and be able to like mature and not do the same thing over and over. So I
That's so
love
cool.
that. And I also love, for him, piano is clearly very important, even
Yeah.
though, you know, the Nine Inch Nails, like, you know, they're industrial rock, industrial metal, whatever you want to call it. It's definitely taking elements of like industrial and putting it in a very sort of more radio friendly format, right?
Yep.
And
Yeah.
but in all of that noisiness, he comes back to this very fragile piano, and that was very inspiring to me as a young musician, because, you know, here I was, I had taken lots of lessons, you know, learning all this theory and all, you know, doing the classical music and all of that. And here's this musician who is playing like he play like very simple, very fragile little piano melodies, but it like breaks your heart. You're like, to me that was inspiring because it basically what it basically taught me as a musician is that complexity is not the goal or the end all be all. Like, you really can get so much out of a few notes.
Yeah.
um and yeah, I found that very very inspiring.
Nice. And it's so true. We've got some Nine Inch Nail lovers in the chat as well. I thought Stevie might
Yay.
be. Bearded Horde, Stevie, and Will was like, hell yeah. But Free Spirit also offered a great question as well. I'm just thinking of you going back to complexity and versus how some such simple pieces can really like just really touch you sometimes as well,
Hmm.
and can just be so beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Free Spirit asked, "What do you think about black metal?"
It's awesome. I can't say I'm very up to date at the moment, but probably about 10 years ago, I was a DJ at my college radio station,
Ooh,
and I played a lot of black metal on that show. I
nice.
remember when I took a training to be able to, like, you know, have this little radio show at the you know, tiny little radio station there. We had to do an observation before we were allowed to have our own show. So I was like basically interning or observing on this other metal show that was on there. And I remember I showed up to it, and they were very, you know, they like covered in tattoos and like very, you know, intimidating. And like I show up, and they're like, "What? Like, who are you?" I'm like, "I'm your intern," and they're like, "You're interning on our show?" Like,
Yeah.
yeah, why not? I love metal.
So cool. So cool. So cool.
They did not take me seriously, but that's okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough. No.
Yeah.
Well, good.
So yeah, I played a lot of metal on that show, and yeah, Emperor, Emperor. That's
Emperor.
one of the best black metal bands.
Emperor. Okay.
Yeah, they let me play pretty much whatever I wanted, as long as it wasn't like a chart topping thing. It had to be all like not well known music
Okay.
and artists,
Yep.
which was great. And yeah, I played a mix of like metal, goth, industrial, like whatever I felt like. And yeah, there was an inmate at the local prison who really liked my show, especially the black metal, I guess.
Yep.
And he couldn't call during my show, but because his like access to his phone ended the hour before, so
Yep.
he would always call the show before me to make requests. And then they would tell me, "Oh, like so and so from the prison called. This is the request.
That's
Like,
cool. You actually influence people as well, while they're in prison as well, and they wanted to be able to, so much so that they use their call, to be able to call you or make
yeah,
requests. That's awesome. It's so cool.
very flattering. Yeah.
So cool. Steve asks if you know the band Death at all.
Ah, Death. I know that I've listened to them before. I'm not super familiar, but yes, 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 yes. I have
Nice.
heard Death.
Nice. Talking about music, you've got some music coming up. Is it two lots of music, I think, coming up soon, actually?
Yeah, I do.
It's at a
I
certain
have,
date,
yes.
and I think it's a certain date that's coming up, which is perhaps even Friday, which... What day is it there for you at the moment? Is it Wednesday for you
It's
at the moment? Okay, good, good, good. But yeah, Friday, 1st of September, there's 2 songs coming out, I believe, or there's 2 lots coming out. Yeah, one on your own and one with a certain co-collaborator, I guess, as well. Yeah.
Indeed, indeed. Oh, actually, so there's 3 because
Ah.
I'm releasing a 2-track single, so that's 2.
Yep.
And then I also was a guest vocalist on a track by The Missing Note,
Yeah.
otherwise known as Kenneth is the Missing Note.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
so it's very exciting. Friday will be a good day.
Friday will be a very good day. Are you excited?
I'm really excited. Yeah, this will be the first couple tracks that I'm releasing that are newer. Like I wrote them quite new, but or quite recently, I should say.
Yep.
Everything else I've released. So the first 3 releases I did are part of an album project that I'm working on, which compiles music that I wrote when I was a teenager. So,
Wow. So it's literally going back to those days and unhoarding them, or going through your dragon's hoard, I guess, and pulling out the little goldies and going like, here we go.
It's real deep emotional work, I would say. Like, basically, it's sort of a calling that I have to be like, to do something nice for that person that I was, and say like, hey, all that stuff that you've been writing and you've been hiding like in your room, like, that's really good stuff.
Yeah.
Like, why don't we share it? Why not?
Yeah. Yeah. We just shouted out Kenneth, and he's now popped into chat in regards to, there we go. So welcome in, Kenneth. We're just talking about you. And Heartblood was just talking about the release coming up on Friday. And with that, does that bring up certain emotions and certain like unburied stuff in regards to that time and that period of teenage years of when you wrote that? In regards to, did it take a while to kind of to get it out as well? Yeah.
The song that's releasing Friday is something that I wrote very recently.
Okay.
But the ones that are already released, that's part of a project that those are old songs. And when I did release those, particularly the song Ash, it was very emotional because, these are songs that I remember singing to myself, like, and I have my old diaries and stuff, and I've been looking through them as part of this project. You can see, like, 15 years ago, like, me writing these lyrics, like, bit by bit on different dates, and, like, it is emotional to like share that after so many years of thinking that would never happen.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the song you've picked for us tonight to play. So before I play Ash, does it bring up a lot of memories when we play it? Does it sort of trigger anything? Or is it sort of also, like, as we were talking about before with the word association, like a release a little bit as well of all these things finally coming out and finally being, I guess, shared with the world?
Yeah. I mean, it feels great to have it out there. It's a really big a release, like, pun intended, I guess, this release is for me a release, because these songs that I wrote back then, like, it's not just that I wrote them and they stayed in a drawer. Like I've even though I haven't been sharing music my whole life, like music is like my meditation, my relaxation practice. So like when I'm by myself, like over all these years, I would sit down and just play through my songs, you know. So these
Yeah.
are songs I've
Yeah.
probably played to myself like
Yeah.
5 million times,
Yeah.
uh, but never shared with a single
Nice.
soul. Yeah.
Well, let's jump across now and let's share your soul with Ash. I mean, how funny. Share your Ash. I don't want to say share your Ash soul. Share your song Ash. I'll say that. There we go. There we go. Enjoy. Now. Oh, it did it again. That's because I haven't pulled it up. Boop. There we go.
In the valley of despair, I will find you. I will find you where the road leads to nowhere. I will meet you on the edge. 'Cause
Somebody was asking about my favorite death track, and I honestly don't know. But I do know that the album I like listening to the most is Has a Red. It has a red cover. Sorry guys, I get them. But yeah, it has a red cover, and that was great.
I will find you where the road leads to nowhere. I will meet you on the edge. 'Cause I'd like to know which way is home. You and I, burning twice as bright, but half as long. In the twilight of your sanity, tell me, where did we go wrong? 'Cause I'd like to know which way is home.
Sorry for the melodrama. But sometimes I listen to your song and it reminds me that I'm worth something, or at least something out there is worth something.
Which way is home? Which way is home? Which way is
never forget when someone up and dies on you, when you were talking to them in the same position as them, and then they go jump off a 19-story building and you don't. Fucks with your head.
Oof.
Thanks so much for sharing that.
Thanks for picking it. I just need a moment. There's a lot there,
Yeah.
and it's so. I could listen to it so many times and keep unpacking a new element to it. I guess every time. Um,
Oh, thanks, Free Spirit.
Thanks, Free Spirit. Definitely feel the pain in the song and definitely feel that, but I feel the pain immensely with it, but I just feel I even feel the release. Like I freaking get it.
Yeah.
And like your thought process behind it. Yeah.
Yeah. It was an important song to me. Like when I wrote that song, it was a very dark place, and I think that it just has this important meaning and weight to me, you know. I'm so thrilled that I was able to release it.
Yeah, I'm glad you did.
That was last year. So it was about a year ago. I think it was a year ago I released that song. And yeah, it just feels kind of like coming full circle. It's part of a healing process, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the biggest aspects behind it all, with your future releases and your ones coming up, I think on Friday, are there any others you have coming up that are similar in regards to, I guess, your journey? Because you talked a lot about your music being personal and about, you know, coming out and that sort of stuff. Is there going to be, I think, a pattern and a wave? Not really a pattern and a wave, but is there going to be like a journey of your music in regards to where you were, and then the next stages and the next stages and the next stages, I guess?
Yeah, in a way, because so I'm working on putting together an album in sort of a single by single manner. You know, I'm just a one person team. I'm not gonna like record, mix and master a 13 track album and like save it for one big day. No, it's just as I make them, as they're ready, they're going to be added to this album.
Yeah.
It's called On the Edge, and so that's going to be that's the big announcement, I guess. I haven't actually shared with anybody that
surprise
that's what it's called. It's
On
called
the
On
Edge.
the Edge, and Ash and two other songs which are released already. They're two solo piano pieces that I wrote back then. Those are part of that album, and I have about 8 more that they're fully written songs. They need to be recorded, produced, mixed, and mastered. So it's a long. It'll take a while over the next year, I would guess. But yeah, so that's the project that is those songs from that time. And yeah, the 2 tracks that are coming out on Friday, I wrote, I think, about a year and a half or so ago.
Oh, okay.
And they came from a moment when I woke up in the middle of the night next to my husband, and I just had this song. I had this song, and it's about that feeling, that moment where I just, you know, had this human being next to me that was sleeping, and yeah, so the song came to me, or the lyrics, and then some melody, and then I got out of bed, of course, and like started writing it all down. yeah, it's called Hello Human Being, and it captures for me just sort of that warm feeling you get when you have a moment and you think like, um, wow, life, we can feel very alone at times, but sometimes you get a moment where you're like, I'm not actually totally alone. Like there's a human right here
Yeah.
with me, and so that's Hello Human Being, and it's a two-parter. I'm releasing it as a two-parter
Okay.
because um, there's a very long piano improv intro, which
Nice.
I then made it into its own track. But it's all one thing. There's this long, passionate piano thing, and then it goes into this song where I'm um, singing "Hello, Human Being." So yeah,
Nice.
it's
Nice.
those are the tracks coming out.
Do you take a pen and paper to bed with you to write down notes and ideas?
No, what I do is if I get an idea, I get out of bed and I go to my phone, which is not next to my bed because that would be a bad idea. But I have a recorder there and I
Okay.
have a note taking app. So if there's a lyric, I go into my note taking app, I write that down. And if there's a melody, I just kind of sing into the recorder and then okay, and then I can sleep because I know that it will be there the next day.
Does it happen at midnight? Every time, so like 1 o'clock in the morning at all? Is it mainly
No,
before you? No? Okay, good. It's not
there's
one of
no
those things you wake
consistency.
up and be like, oh, hold a second.
It could be any time. It could be any time.
Okay,
There's
yeah,
no
fair enough.
real
That's all good.
consistent, but it does often happen like when I'm drifting off and then all of a sudden like some kind of idea and I'm like, oh crap, I gotta get out of bed.
Mine's in the shower. I always get ideas in the shower, but then no
No.
electronic instruments ever sort of work in the shower. And it's not like I can grab my phone and start doing that. I start sort of saying it
Yeah.
out loud, and my wife is like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm trying not to forget it by saying it out loud."
Yeah. Nice.
And so I get out of the shower and I get dry, and I'm still repeating it to myself, and I just what are you doing? And until I get to my phone and be like, and kind of put it in eventually. That thing and that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. I was going to ask you. It's probably too hard, but you don't take your piano to bed at all, do you? Or any instruments to
No.
bed at all? No. It's all good.
I would
So-
if I could, but
Which
you know,
could, yeah.
it's fairly large.
Have you named your pianos at all?
I have not. Although this one has a name on it. It's F.R. Helmholtz.
Okay.
I guess Helmholtz must be a German name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Holz is wood and Helm means like a helmet. So,
Yeah.
well, I don't
Okay.
know.
Piano
I
helmet.
guess the F.R. stands for Friedrich. So, like Friedrich Helmholtz, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so his name is Friedrich.
Fiji. Will gets his ideas in the car. Yeah, that makes sense. And I've been using
Nice.
Google a bit recently and getting the Google Assistant to help me again as I'm just saying it out loud. So it will record notes for me as we go along. So I get that. So, no, some people used to take instruments to bed with them. Now, Kenneth has just disappeared. He said BRB, but I wanted to ask as well, because you're releasing two, how did Kenneth come about?
Yeah, that's another wonderful thing that happened as a result of streaming on Twitch is, meeting all these other awesome people like you, like Kenneth, lots of passionate creative folks doing really cool projects, and yeah, Ken is one of these people. He, I believe he saw a clip of me singing or something on yeah, it was one of the clips on my profile. And he just decided to send me a message and ask if I would be willing to sing on one of his tracks. So that was a song for Jace. It's a
That's
song
cool.
that he recorded to remember a dear friend who passed away from cancer. And yeah, I was very honored when he asked, like, would you record this soprano vocal? It's like sort of like like a background, like it's part of the instrumentation. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
basically an instrumental piece, very beautiful, emotional, and he sent me this thing. Like this is really high. Because he had it at that time with like he had created that with a virtual instrument that like replicates an opera singer's voice. So
Yeah.
it's a very beautifully sampled opera singer voice, and he sent me. I'm like, I would love to try. I mean, no promises, but
No.
yeah, that worked out. That worked out really nice. I sang the super high soprano vocal, and yeah, that was our first collaboration.
Nice. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Nice. We're gonna play another game, and I think you're ready for this
All right.
game. Have you got your things ready?
Is it the jokes?
We are
Okay.
going to play a game, and I did initially call it the Joke Off, but I realised someone changed that name a bit more. So I haven't
Yeah.
quite got a better name for it just yet. So at the moment, it still remains to be the Joke Off, unless we can find a better name for it.
All right.
The rules behind the game is simple. I go first with a joke, and then you go next with a joke, and the chat then votes 1 for me or 2 for you. They can also do 3 if they want both of us, I guess. But the idea is, pick one or 2, buddy. 1 or 2, okay? All
Wait,
right.
vote on which one is
Which
funnier,
joke
or
they find funnier? Yeah. Did I out joke you or did you out joke me, you joker? Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You ready?
Well, yeah, I'm ready.
All right. My first one is, did you hear about the circus being on fire? Oof, it was intense.
Oh my god. All right. How about this?
Right.
Why did the pianist keep banging his head against the keys? He was playing by ear.
Ear. I like that one. I like that. All right. All right, and we can do 3, I guess, and then the people can vote at the end. Or they
Okay.
can vote as we go. But all right, so my second one. And the guy at work's nickname is Egg, so that's why I found this joke, and I'm like, it's just great. Why should you never tell a joke to an egg?
Never tell a joke to an egg.
Because it will crack up.
Oh my god. That's too bad. That is a legitimate dad joke. That is a good one.
Love it. Love it. Your turn.
All right. What is Beethoven doing now? He's decomposing.
Posing. Oh, I like that. I like that. Oh, I like that. All right, here's my last one. Why do fathers always take an extra pair of socks when they go play golf? In case they get a hole in one.
Oh my god. That's too bad. Oh. Okay. Why shouldn't you let kids watch big band performances on TV?
I don't know.
Because there's too much sax and violence. Sax and violins.
Violin.
Yeah.
Okay. Sax and violins. Sax and violins. All right, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, chat. What are you going for? Are you going for 1, 2, or 3? Who was the better jokester? Or did you just keep rolling your eyes at all of them? Really? To be honest? That was good. I like that. I like that sax and violin one. I got banned from someone's chat for doing a joke. Do you want to hear the joke I got banned from?
Yeah.
Okay. So this got me banned from someone's chat. What's the difference between a saxophone and a trampoline? You take your shoes off to jump on a trampoline.
Alright, yeah.
That got me banned.
Wait, this got you banned?
Yeah, that got me banned. Heartblood all the way. 2, sorry mate, heard yours before. Yeah. Bloody people. All right.
I
good.
had an unfair advantage of going second.
Love it. Love it. Well done. Well done. Well done. I think I might need a coach. Do you know anyone who might be able to coach me? I might need a bit of coaching with maybe, I don't know, creativity. Could you possibly help me with that at all, Heartblood? I don't even know what the
Oh
hell I'm talking
my.
about.
That sounds like quite a problem you have there.
It does. I need help. Not just anybody. It sounds like a song.
Well, I have recently started working as a creativity coach. I've started offering sessions over Zoom where I work with artists and creatives or people that would like to start being creative. Basically, figure out how they can establish a regular, healthy creative practice to achieve the goals that they want to achieve, to figure out what are some of the blocks that they're having, whether it's something like their life is chaotic and they don't have a lot of time, and how do I fit that into my lifestyle? Or maybe it's I have a lot of time, but I'm just staring at a blank page and I just can't seem to start. Or another familiar one is I start all kinds of things and I never finish
Finish
them.
them. Yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
these are all problems that I'm very intimately familiar with as a creative person myself. And yeah, I've started to help people through coaching, and I find that it's different in a lot of ways from what you would think of as like traditional music or art lessons. Even though, if you're a musician or if you're a writer, I can certainly help with different aspects of that craft. But my focus as a creativity coach is more like holistically, the big picture. Like, you can go to music lessons, every week and
Yeah.
get better and better at playing an instrument. But if you're afraid of, say you're really afraid of playing in front of other people,
Yeah.
so you get really good, but you can't manage to play. I find there's a lot of artists that are focused on the wrong thing. Like they often think, I'm not good enough yet. I need to take more lessons.
Yeah.
I need to practice more.
Yeah.
I need to buy different gear. I need to do X, Y, and Z. 99% of the time, it's something else. It's something else. And that's what I help people with as a coach is figuring out
Blockages.
what they can do.
So like life coaching in a way, or even life plumbing, I guess, in a way as well. You help sort out people's blockages, I guess, in a way, so that things can be free flowing, I guess, without.
Uh-huh.
Because there's, because I was
That's a
talking.
hilarious metaphor.
I have weird metaphors, but in my mindset, I completely get it because I think I've got 8 projects I'm doing at the moment. Anyway, but there's people I know and I talk to that start 1 or 2, but then they just don't finish them, and you're like, it'd be so cool to you hear the stories and you hear where they get to, and me being like an inspirator where I'm trying to help inspire people and I'm trying to yes, I'd love to hear more of it. I'd love to see you do that, and then they don't, and you're like, you just disheartening in a way, and you're like, I wish I could have someone I could help with that, I guess, in a way. Did you find people are their own worst enemy in a way a little bit sometimes, like overthinking, or without giving away your secrets too much, but like...
There's no secret. There's no secret.
Did you find that people were usually, like you said, 99% of the problem it's usually something else? Do you find that it's usually like a headspace thing or a expectations thing, or what's usually the best way to help someone, do you think?
I mean, this may sound like a cop-out answer, but there are as many different ways to be blocked as an artist as there are artists, right? I mean, everybody has their own constellation of factors, and it's never just one thing. normally people will tell you like, I'm just too busy,
Yep.
I'm, too stressed, I don't have energy or time. Those are really common, of course, for all of us, I think. Um, but and those are real. Those are super real. We all have responsibilities, things to do, etc. Um, but I guess I see my job as trying to find what are the other factors, things that we can control and we can influence
Yeah.
that can make a really big difference. And some of those things, like you said, people can be their own worst enemies sometimes,
Yeah.
um, especially artists, because a lot of artists tend to be very self-critical.
Yeah.
They can be very perfectionistic. That's
Yeah.
another one that, like you said, people will start projects that are really wonderful, wonderful projects, but they don't finish them. Um, and that can be because of time, energy, all these things. But a lot of the time, it's also because we're all kind of secretly afraid that like when we finish something, it's not going to be as good as we hoped. Maybe people won't like it. Maybe we actually do finish it. Like maybe other people look at it and they're like, that's a finished song or whatever. But in our head, we're like, oh, that's not finished. That's there's so much more work I have to
Yeah.
do on this thing. So that's a perfectionistic side. Um, that's one that I'm very familiar with personally.
And it's very big, so huge as well, to be able to do that. And by the way, good night, Steve. Thanks for popping in here, buddy. And Will, I'm so glad you said that. I was thinking of you in the chat. He pointed to himself and said me.
Aww.
And I think it'd be perfect. Like I think it would be perfect for Will to have a chat with you. But that's just me, and I'm glad he said me. And I'm just chucking it out there. Will, get in touch. How do people get in touch? Like, do you have a certain website, or is it through like your channel or something, or?
Yeah, so my website is under construction at the moment.
I was about to
I'm
type
dealing
in. I was
with
about to type in
some,
under construction. I was literally about to type in under construction and then try to share under construction. And I was like, that could have been weird. Anyway.
Yeah, it's I had a beautiful website, but Germany has lots of rules that I
Okay.
need to,
Adhere
be
to.
compliant with. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So I'm working on that. At the moment, the best way would be just send an email. I can type that in the chat.
Sure.
My email address is heartbloodmusic@protonmail.com. You can shoot me an email. We can set up a time for like a free chat. We can chat over Zoom and see if you think that this is something that could help you. Other than that, hopping on my Discord, that's another good way to just stay plugged in with me. I post some updates there, and I also have a little channel which currently nobody's talking on, but I'd like to create a little space there on my Discord for people to discuss issues of creativity. I guess I should post a link to my Discord.
I'm trying to do that right now for you, buddy. I'm trying to jump on
Oh,
your
thank you.
right now to find it. So if it's your about section, I'm literally just trying to go to. While I'm looking at your streamer, you've also got this on your music, by the way. What's with the flowers behind the scenes? Is that a certain flower you've got?
The flowers. No, that's a photo that I took in the Philippines, and
Yep.
I liked it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Discord. There it is. Copy link address. Perfect. There you go, buddy. Here's your Discord. Cool. Very good. Very, very cool. But it's just a flower you took a picture of and decided to use that as a background, hey?
Yeah, and for me, I think also just my artist name being Heartblood, like I am attracted to
Invalid
these
link.
images that are very invalid crap. Sorry, hold on. Let me just go ahead into my Discord now. It's Discord recently
You've got
started
to
doing.
change the drop down again to the it's not expire, I think, sometimes as well, but they have updated their stuff.
No,
I
it
tried
says
looking
I have
for
to.
them. Sorry.
Says I have to pay for it if I want it to never expire.
Oh, does it? Ah, cheeky.
Yeah, which is really
Well,
not cool. Let's see. Expire after never. It says I have to convert to a. Oh no, what does this mean? Sorry, I'm a Discord noob.
you're right.
Convert to a community service server to unlock permanent invite.
So don't worry about it. Just convert to 7 days and that's fine. If we need to.
What
or
is a
convert.
community server?
So what happens is I've got mine as a community server. It just means it gives you more access to more community aspects of like functions and features and things like that.
And
I
you
can
have to pay for it.
no. I'm a Discord guru, so I will send you details behind the scenes because I'm on my 8th Discord at the moment, helping set up at the moment. So I can help you send
Ooh.
you all of that. That's all good. I'll send it to you.
That would be fantastic. All right, I will convert it then to. Says I can do 30 days. Copy that one.
Nice.
All right. Hopefully this link is.
This time for sure. Nice. But that's good. Creativity coaching. That's good. It's only brand new. That's cool. And is that something you're looking at picking up and doing full time if you can, or?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've started doing that, and I found that it's very rewarding. We were talking about earlier before we went live about your work as a counselor, and I felt also recently, like you were telling me, that you feel a sense of having done something worthwhile when you go to sleep, and I feel that way about the coaching. It's something that I've been able to really see what. How can I say it? Like the impact of it on an artist. When you have an artist that feels somehow blocked or is struggling with creating, that can be a really emotionally difficult experience. Like, and I know that very familiarly. That like, I spent a good part of my life sort of standing in my own way of creating and of sharing myself. Go ahead.
No, but also trying to find who to talk to about it. Like in regards to,
Yes.
there's certain people you got to talk to. Will made it to the Discord. Good stuff. That's good. You're almost there.
Yay.
But that's so true. But like, I don't know, like the ideas in the shower, the ideas of music and creativity, and you've got these big bursts, and you're like, great. Now what do I do with it? Or like, who do I then talk to about this? Or how does it come into it? And I was talking to someone the other day about maybe even having like a project management aspect to help track it, but also then having the right sort of people in your life as well to help go through and do that, to help keep you accountable as well as keeping yourself accountable as well. Yeah.
Absolutely. Accountability, I would say it's two main things. It's accountability and support. So accountability is basically, it provides that kind of structure, where there's somebody who knows what your plans are, who will check up on you, see, are you going through with those plans?
Yeah.
If you're not, then let's talk about like maybe what's getting in the way. Is there some practical aspect that needs to be solved, or is it more like a mental thing, like you're feeling anxiety or overwhelm at the thought of doing this thing that you want to do.
Yeah.
And then there's the support, which is more the side where I, as somebody who also deals with all of these issues every day, am there to really listen and listen deeply and provide my any insight I have, as well as just affirming like, hey, everything that you're feeling is very normal.
Yeah, and that's huge. But to be able to relate, to feel like you're not alone, to feel like we talk about this as well earlier in today, but all through quite a lot of the streams, that connectedness, to feel like you're not lonely, that you're not the only one, and there's someone there that cares, and listens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. And
Oh,
I've
I
been
love that.
very fortunate myself in my own Germany. In my own Germany.
That's a new
an
one.
interesting.
Come to the creativity coaching. I'll help you with your own Germany. With your own
Yeah.
Germany. Yeah.
In my own journey, I've been fortunate to have people who supported me in this way. I've had a vocal teacher over the past couple years after I decided, you know what, life's short, I'm going to learn how to sing. So I started taking voice lessons, but this person does much more than teaching voice. She also really coached me through all these different aspects of like I want to release music. How do I do that? And then like, how do I break down all the steps to doing that? And then when I get stuck in like a mire of perfectionism, like how do I break out of that? How do I accept that, you know, things aren't ever going to be 100% perfect, but I can still put them out there.
Yeah, and that's it
Um,
as well. Getting to that certain point of still getting it out there. I think some people still don't get things out there because it still hasn't hit
Yeah.
that standard, and it could be better, 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 and it just
Exactly.
never goes out. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Kenneth wishes he had a Germany. Yes, we all wish we had a Germany inside of us. We wish we were traveling along. Yeah, no, that's cool. I think it's really cool. Well done. Very good. Can't wait to see more of it and how it all goes. I will hit you up with some details as well about Discord, but
Fantastic.
very keen to talk to you more about that as well. And with it all as well, particularly, and I'm going to bring this in. This isn't one of my questions, but I want to bring it in now. Given that you are helping others with their creativity coaching, how do you help make sure that you stay on the path for your own creativity coaching? Is there a mental health stuff that you do, like going for a walk on the beach or listening to music or talking to your partner or all the above?
Yeah. Um, yeah, that's a fantastic question. I think that helping others actually, interestingly, has helped me with, you know, the staying on track, taking care of myself, engaging in self-care, all of these things, because I'm reminded of it a lot more talking to others. It it it's helpful, I find, and this is something I also would advise other artists that you see yourself as your own coach, like whether you hire somebody or whatever. At the end of the day, like we're the only people that can really do that work.
Yeah.
Somebody else can maybe help us, but like at the end of the day, we have to be the ones that like when we're feeling like, oh crap, you know, I'm the least talented musician in the world and I should just go like hide in a cave for the rest you know, when you're having that moment, like you have to be the one that like takes your own hand and says, hey, that's an interesting thought to have right now.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that hurts to hear that in your head. But yeah, maybe we don't have to like act upon that. We can you know, maybe we can just say, ah, funny thought there, self. But actually, I'm not the worst ever. And
Yeah.
you know what? It doesn't matter how good or bad I am because I'm still gonna make the stuff I was, you know, born to make.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we all have to be our own self-coach.
Yeah.
That's one thing. So that's my journey is like I can help others and I also have to say all the same things to myself because every day I'm having the same issues. I'm having the same like procrastination, all of these things.
As you go through
And
it.
it does help. Saying it to other people helps that you can say it to yourself.
Hell yeah. So with this, everything else like that, if you had a superpower, what would your superpower be?
Ooh. Goodness, my superpower. I always used to want to be invisible, but I think that now I'd like to fly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would fly. Because you know, like you can have a much different perspective, you know, from up above. Like, have you been in a plane and you like see like the landscape, and it's so different.
Yeah.
Or like astronauts when you're in space and like you see those pictures that they have of like, oh yeah, can I fly and also be able to like fly into space? I think that would be it.
That'd be cool. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So Superman ability to fly without having to breathe in space as well. Yeah, yeah, like that.
It'd be like Dr. Manhattan or something.
Yeah, top to Manhattan. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be nice. Interesting though, how you've gone from being not wanting the world to see you to then being able to then explore the world, or, you know, fly free, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
Hey, Barrett. Good to see you, buddy. Nice. Do you have sort of a pre-stream or a post-stream sort of ritual that you sort of do?
Sometimes. I'm trying to work on that. I think that well, I do have a pre-singing ritual, but sometimes I don't fully get through that before I stream. And so on stream, you might see me like doing stretches and like making funny sounds. That's part of just the vocal warm-up.
Okay.
How
How long does the vocal warm-up go for?
Just a 5-minute warm-up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty short.
Yep.
But some of the things that I really like to do before streaming usually are like really deep sighing. So you take really deep breaths, like really just like make a really the sound of like ultimately releasing, or like maybe something really frustrating just happened and you're just like yeah. It doesn't sound pretty, but
It helps. Breathing techniques are great. I do that with my 3-year-old, but I do that with myself as well, to stop and take a breath.
Yeah.
Because you find that when people get stressed as well, they stop breathing sometimes. And
absolutely.
yeah. Yeah. And
Something
even,
I've been also doing midstream recently is I do a little mindful moment where I guide people through some deep breathing and some present moment awareness meditation, basically.
Have you done the hand one?
No, what is that?
So the hand one is, they do it with Lifeline and like some suicide stuff that we do with mental health and that, where you say you get your finger here and you breathe in and you go, and you breathe out. And then you breathe in.
I have done this one.
And you go breathe out. Then you breathe in. And you breathe out. And you breathe in. And one of the girls who's a mod, Giselle, amazing girl, really helped me with that when I was struggling with some stuff. Helped me to go back and do that again, and reminded me of it. And it's been really helpful, and I've used it for quite a few people now. And it's just because you've centered back on the hand again.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will use that one. That I think will be really helpful for me, because when I was just doing that, like, you feel these really delicate sensations
Yeah.
in your fingers, you know?
Yeah, and it's really good for sensory. Really good for sensory. So my boy, who's very sensory, loves that because it's so sensory as well. And Bert was saying air releases ease the mind. Yeah, seems like a right thing to do. Yeah, it does. It really does. Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. And post stream. So while you're breathing, that's always good. Hopefully you breathe post stream as well. Post scream.
I
Yeah.
do continue to breathe. True. No, I actually don't have a post-stream ritual. Usually, after stream, my ritual is to use the toilet and to go eat something. Which I guess maybe that is a kind of ritual.
Yeah. Dump it, then eat it, I guess. Like it's where it goes. I mean, not the way, but yeah, dump and eat. Yeah, yeah, dump and eat. Because it's sort of like a raid sometimes as well, really. Like, that's what raids can be. Like, a raid it's a bit of a dump, really, isn't it? Yeah, it's like, there you go.
Just like, oop, dump all these people on you. Bye.
Yeah, love it. Yeah. Yeah. Do you hopefully breathe? Yeah. I know my words are great.
I don't hold my breath after streams.
Thank
no.
God. That's why your filter is blue. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I just hold my breath the whole time.
Why is your filter blue, by the way?
The reason I did that was because I have this visualizer. I think, have you
I
seen that
have.
before with
I've seen the
fire?
visualizer. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that really stands out with this filter. Without it, it's very distracting because I have a messy room. um, there's a lot of like weird colors everywhere, but with this filter, it's quite muted. So I find that it's much less distracting.
Yeah. Fair enough.
That's pretty much why.
Fair enough. So getting on to some last questions. I guess my last sort of questions were, do you have any sort of short-term or long-term goals at all?
Yeah, well, I guess, I mean, this album that I mentioned, I'll be working on releasing over the next year. That's a very important goal for me because
On the edge.
that sort of it's bringing me closure to like a lot of the stuff that happened while I was making this music as a young person. I feel like having it out there will be a really big piece in my healing journey.
Yeah.
Say.
Yeah.
So that's one goal. But I've been really focused on music and then now this coaching over the past couple years now. I've been gradually shifting where I earn my money towards these things. So I think within like a year, that's my goal, is to really be focused on working as a creativity coach. And hopefully doing more performances locally.
Yep.
And you will be seeing regular releases from me.
Nice. And with that as well, what's the best way to support you? So sort of like you've got your streams. What days do you stream? Because it's sort of a Tuesday evening for me when you stream.
Yeah.
What days do you stream?
I stream Tuesdays, so that's my only what do you call it, permanent time.
Yep.
Sometimes I have other days, but for me that works the best to do Tuesdays at 11 Germany time. So I guess for you that's in the evening. But yeah, so Tuesdays from 11 to 1 p.m. Germany time. I'm here in my music room streaming for y'all.
Nice.
I'm hoping to add another day, perhaps Thursday, but at the moment, one day is working for me.
Yeah, fair enough. Nice. And yeah, Bert's just said that's a good thing to release and grow, and and woo, you got this. And I'm not quite sure he said it like that, but I'm sure it'd be something like, woo, you got this. Yeah. I heard Bert say that. That's exactly how he'd say it. Yeah.
Nice.
My last
Woo,
question.
You got this.
Woo, there you go. Like with this swinging around the head. Yeah, there you go. That's a bit more like it. My last question for you as well is, what advice do you have for people to live by, or that you live by?
Oh, that's a good one. Life is short. Live out of love and not fear. That's probably the most succinct advice I could really give to anybody. Fear is helpful sometimes. Fear tells us not to like do things that are very dangerous, but unfortunately a lot of the time we have fears that aren't actually helping us. They're coming often from how we were raised, like the lessons that we learned from our culture, etc. And it's really easy, I think, to live a life where you make many or most of your decisions based on fear. So based on like what is safe, what is, like I don't want to feel uncomfortable. I don't want to, things like this. Um, Over time can really lead to you missing out on a lot of things that you really want to do with your life. Um, so yeah, don't let time go by and then like wake up in 10 years and think like, crap, I meant to start writing that thing or to like to
Yeah.
start this cool project, like or to connect with a person, reach out to a person, stuff like that. Um, to have that hard conversation. Yeah, pretty much everything you do in life that's really, really worth it is scary.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Yeah,
live out of love, not fear. So don't let fear
yeah,
stop you from doing stuff, and do it now.
exactly.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's been wonderful to take time and to sit and chat. It's been so cool. I
Yeah, likewise.
look forward to some music coming out on Friday, the 1st of September. 3 songs, really, now. Yeah. Yeah, 2
Yep,
from you, 1
yep.
from Kenneth. Um,
Hmm.
I'm going to play his song as we sort of disappear. But look, before we go, is there any last thoughts you have, or any particular people you'd like to raid at all? I've got one person in mind. I've got 2 people in mind now, but
Ooh, we're gonna
you
raid
can have a think about
somebody.
it. Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, you know what? No, let's leave that up to you.
Are you
I
sure?
don't have a preference. Let's just raid. Let's
All right.
raid somebody
I've
who.
got someone lovely for us to raid. Her name is Mia Raymer. She's very cool. Thanks, Kenneth. Thanks, Bert. Thanks, Will. Thanks, Peter Talk. We've had so many lovely people being in here. But Mia Raymer is a harpist. Lovely, lovely, lovely lady. I think you'd really like her as well. But I really appreciate you being here, and thank you so much everyone for being here. Heartblood Music, thank you so much for answering all my questions and chat's
Of course.
questions. And everyone, thanks so much for listening.
Thank you, guys.
And we're going to listen now to the lovely Kenneth as we look at rating out. Please enjoy.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much for being here.